Hey everybody, welcome to Fun Facts. If you are seeking information, you are at the right place. Today, we're going to go over the most amazing facts about Sally Hogshead. Make sure to watch until number 1, because it's one of the most amazing facts you will ever see. As the CEO of How to Fascinate, Sally Hogshead draws on her extensive experience as an advertising executive as well as her status as a New York Times best-selling book and National Speakers Association Hall of Fame speaker. Here are the most amazing facts about Sally Hogshead. So let's start. Number 6. Personal life. Hogshead is married and has 2 children, as well as 6 stepchildren, to his credit. She currently resides in Orlando, Florida. Number 5. The system. The term of fascination, as defined by Hogshead, is a critical component of this evaluation since it refers to a state of intense intellectual focus. The examination serves as a roadmap for individuals to learn how to communicate more effectively by incorporating their best-suited triggers, also known as advantages, into their interactions with others. According to the test, each participant is handled as if they were a product or service brand. Using the system's 7 advantages, a total of 28 questions are asked of the user, with the answers putting them in a ranking order based on their answers. At the conclusion of the assessment, the user is supplied with a list of their most effective and least effective communication strategies. The questions are structured in such a way that it is feasible to discern what social signals are being sent off by the respondent. The findings are based on research conducted by Kelton into how other people perceive certain qualities of various brands and products. Following the evaluation, the individual not only receives a report defining their communication style, but they are also allocated a personality typology. The archetypes are a condensed representation of the outcomes obtained by a user. Number 4. Development history. In 2007, Hogshead commissioned Kelton Global to perform the study, which was completed in 2008. Several methods of capturing a person's brain have been discovered, according to the study's conclusions. To begin with, the research was carried out in order to demonstrate how different organizations were able to capture the attention of their respective target markets. Fascinate, a novel created by Hogshead in 2009, is an example of how this research was applied. The findings of the study were put into practice in the book, which also introduced the notion of triggers, which are various methods by which brands can capture attention through various means. Rather than focusing on brands, the research was carried out on individuals in 2010. In the exam's results, it was shown how a person compared to the triggers in their environment. The F-score was the initial evaluation score given to the student. The results presented the user with advice on how to utilize their most effective communication styles in their everyday life, which they were able to implement. It is a memoir, How the World Sees You, that Hogshead will write once this book is published in 2014. Developed from the F-score test, which has been reduced and made more accessible to professionals, this book is an excellent resource. The evaluation has been renamed the Fascination Advantage in order to properly reflect the content of the assessment. Number 3. The Fascination Advantage. The research team at Hogshead commissioned Kelton Global to investigate why some brands are more enticing than others as part of their investigation. Their research resulted in 7 different ways for piquing someone's interest in a certain topic. A means to determine how an individual rated on these 7 triggers was what Hogshead was seeking for when he designed an evaluation in 2010. If one compares the results of this test to prior tests that measured one's worldview, it is intended to indicate how one is perceived by others. In the opinion of Fast Company, the experiment was a success. Known as the F-score, the evaluation is a personality test that is designed to analyze one's personality archetype, which is one of 49 different archetypes that are accessible. The Fascination Advantage Assessment is the name of the test, which has been revised to reflect the most recent findings. She also performed at conferences such as the $1 Million Round Table and the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors, where she put on a performance for the attendees and assessed their reactions. Number 2. Books. Hogshead's Radical Careering, 100 Truths to Jumpstart Your Job, Your Career, and Your Life was published by Gotham Books in 2005. It contained 100 truths to jumpstart your job, your career, and your life, and it was written by Hogshead herself. According to the authors, the results of the book are based on research done with 1,000 Generation X professionals, which they claim provides support for their claims. In 2010, HarperCollins published the book Fascinate, Your 7 Triggers to Persuasion and Captivation, which was written by Hogshead and published by HarperCollins. The book is the culmination of research that she began in 2006 and during which she gave personality tests to more than 100,000 people in order to write it. A diversity of vocations and levels of professional performance were taken into consideration, according to the directions for taking the tests. A good review from Publishers Weekly was given to Fascinate, Your 7 Triggers to Persuasion and Captivation, noting that it had an erratic start but that it packs a solid punch by the time it got to the end. Another reviewer had a query that needed to be answered, describes how small firms and individuals can put this knowledge to use in their daily lives and careers. There is a possibility that a small business owner who is already operating in survival mode will perceive some form of deceit or inauthenticity taking place. According to the author, the HarperCollins publication How the World Sees You, Discover Your Highest Value Through the Science of Fascination was published in 2014 and is accessible on Amazon. It was the #1 bestseller on the New York Times bestsellers list. Fascinate, Revised and Updated was published by HarperCollins in 2016 and is a novel about obsession. A practical guide was developed to apply the current Fascination Advantage assessment to the needs of small enterprises, based on the existing Fascination Advantage assessment. It was included in the New York Times bestsellers list and was the #1 bestseller in the Wall Street Journal at the time of publication. Number 1. Career. Hogshead attended Duke University, where she earned a bachelor's degree in 1991 in English Literature and Composition. After graduating from college, she began working as a junior copywriter at the advertising agency Fallon Worldwide, where she remained for several years. The next year, Hogshead began working as a copywriter for firms such as Wheaton Plus Kennedy and the Martin Agency. Following the closure of the Martin Business's Los Angeles branch in 1998, Hogshead and Jean Robert, with whom she had previously worked at the Martin Agency, founded their own agency, which they dubbed Robert and Hogshead, to continue their work. Clients such as Remy Martin and Target Corporation were served by the company's services. Hogshead joined Crispin Porter plus Vygotsky in 2001 to assist in the establishment of a new office in Venice, California, where she served as both managing director and creative director until her departure in 2011. In 2012, at the National Speakers Association convention, Hogshead was inducted into the organization's Speaker Hall of Fame, which is a Lifetime Achievement Award. Subscribe and turn on notifications to get informed so you don't miss more videos of the most amazing facts and much more. And remember guys, knowledge is power. With a P. Peace.